Hey, good morning, everybody. We're
Hi.
here at the booth.
Yep.
Quality Beast.
As Spiel 2017.
It's been super fun so far. It's Saturday morning.
And it's crazy busy as well.
Oh man, always full, right?
Yeah, I'm very happy we have an empty table right now so we can do this.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen us before in videos, I'm Dylan.
I'm Stefan.
And I'm from Quality Beast, and
I'm also from Quality Beast now.
that's right, that's our news. It's been awesome. Stefan's jumped aboard the team, basically signed him as a designer for this lovely game and hopefully more after. So it's Towers of the Sun.
So we've done some updates, but the game has been developing since. So what we want to do in this video is just give a quick run through of the rules, and some of them are slightly similar and some of them might have changed. So now you know how the game is, where it's at now. We're also working on the storyline, but you can maybe hear more about that later. So I'll first go with the rules. So the main important thing is still that you have to build towers to go higher, because the world is covered in mist. So you want to build higher towers. So it's a round. The game goes in rounds. Every player gets a turn. In your turn, you get to do stuff. At the end of the round, you score points. So I'm first going to explain what gives you points. Then I'm going to explain how a turn goes, and then I'm going to explain what ends the game.
That's a major change, that you get points every turn, not just at the end.
Yes. A major problem with the previous version was that it felt kind of redundant what you were doing in a turn.
Yeah.
So now every turn matters, and that gives a really good feel to the gameplay.
More strategy in it. You're thinking
more strategy, more dynamics. Also with who's leading, who's not. That works really well. So so you score points at the every turn for the sun crystals that you have. It's like crystallized sunlight. It's very precious. But other than previous versions, this sun crystal is so precious, you can't leave it on the floor. You have to put it on one of your beautiful stones. So I'm from the water, so I have swamp stones. They're very pretty. Dylan's are ugly. They're from that jungle, totally ugly.
Beautiful jungle vine stones.
So my precious stones need to be there. Crystals on the stones. Those are worth points, but only if they're on one of your stones. You also score points for the tower that you're standing on. So I'll give an example with Dylan's tower here. You're totally losing, you know that, right?
Oh.
So Dylan is standing on this tower. It's 4 high, but you get double points for your own color because you think they're beautiful.
They are beautiful.
Right, so you get 1 point for mine, 1 point for the desert stone there, the orange one, and 4 points, 2 times 2, for your own.
That's,
so that's
6 if I've done my
six
math
totals.
correctly.
You have 2 crystals nicely stacked on your stones.
That's 8.
8 points. So in this, at the end of the scoring, you would go ahead 8. You're now on 12, so that would be 20.
So that's new too. We have a sport track around this prototype board.
So actually you gained on me now.
Yeah,
but
I got him.
We haven't scored my points yet.
No, we can skip that. That's
all right,
new
fine.
Rules too.
It's the same. It's the same. I get more points. Don't tell him. So what I really like about that is that you can gain upon. Like you were there at 12.
Yeah.
Now you're at 20.
Yeah, I'm ahead.
You're ahead of me now. Actually, I'm gonna get more points.
No.
Yes. So that's what happens at the end of the round. Also, what happens at the end of the round is that one of these sun crystals shines on one of the towers, because the sun goes around the board. So every round there will be more sunlight getting into the game,
right,
which also will change the dynamic of the game, because there will be more points available for the players. Also, say if you have like 8 crystals, these are stones you cannot use to build anymore.
That's what Stefan means. If the sun crystals you have are pinning down those tiles, those stones, then you can't actually put them into the game.
You can use them, but you'll lose the crystal.
Oh,
and that's losing points and
losing.
Yeah, exactly. So that's, you don't want to do that. So that's kind of a balancing game to prevent players from just plunging all their stones into the towers and getting shit loads of points.
Literally a balancing game as you try to put it on too.
True. Well, we're gonna maybe think about how we're gonna balance it better. So every turn I've simplified the rules a bit. So you have to move, right? That's the basic rule, right? The sun's moving all the time, you have to move all the time as well. So every time you have to move in between towers. If you move in between towers of the same height, nothing happens.
Easy.
Yeah, you can just jump across. However, if you have to go up, or down even, you have to climb, right? So if you move up one level, you have to leave one stone behind right there. However, if you move down, you also have to leave one stone behind. And if you move to a tower that already has crystals on it, you get those crystals. So
what about building?
You really want to move to towers that have crystals on them.
Right.
So before moving, you can build. It's not obligatory, but you can, and you want to, because it gives you points. So you can build either 1 or 2 stones in a 3-player game, and 1 stone in a 4-player game, because also the towers will rise very fast. So if I'm building 2, you can build underneath yourself. You can build on any other tower. It doesn't have to be adjacent. I cannot build underneath you.
Right.
Because, or this one. Because you're protecting that one from it being changed even. Yeah. So I can't build there. So I'll build here, walk across.
Removals have been removed from the game.
You cannot remove the stones from the game. There's one rule, I'll get to it.
Okay.
You can, however, move one stone. So that's a way to lower towers. So if I don't want him, the orange player, to move there, I'll just move this stone there. Crystal will stay on that tower.
Oh.
But now it's a lower tower, he has to invest more to get higher up. So you either build 1 or 2 or none stones. And if you don't build one, you can move 1 stone around. You can also move your own stone like this and move it there, it's fine.
Interesting.
After this, you have to move. So you have to think, like if I'm standing here and I think, I want to go high, so I'm building there. Yeah, and now I have to move, so I'll lose points if I move now, because all the other towers are lower.
But you could build a second one like this, then move over, get your crystal back. Aha!
That's how it goes.
I often lose though.
Yeah. So there's a lot of strategy involved in the dynamics of the building.
What about fighting?
Exactly. You can also still, and that's what I really love about the game, challenge each other on one of these towers. So the fighting basically means that you're picking one of your clan members to represent you on that tower.
Oh, I need the orange ones, don't I?
You need the orange ones now. You change colors just now.
I do that all the time. I'm a chameleon.
Chameleon. So basically the rules work a bit like Stratego. Highest value wins. In general, except one. The 1 beats the 5. He's like the sneaky little one who can beat the magnificent, I don't know, creature. Oh shit, you already picked. You're fast, you're fast.
Nah.
You lose.
He always plays the 1 in these videos to try to make me look foolish. So I tried to play the 3
actually,
to get some extra crystals.
Exactly, but the whole day, yesterday and today as well, I've been playing the 4 the first round every time I was doing it.
But the main thing about fights that I believe is different is that it's not a separate action you take. It's just if you move to a tower.
It always results to a fight. And you don't have to choose whether you're going to fight or you're going to move. It's always, if you move to a tower, it will always result in a fight.
If someone's there.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is nice. It makes the rules a little cleaner, a little easier to remember.
It's so much easier. Like, I got quite some questions like, how do I do it? And now it's so much easier. Like, people can just play it. I can walk off and they can keep playing without any problem.
So what about card abilities?
Special abilities, yes. Not sure if there's anything new. Yeah, there's actually. Maybe one thing. So the 1 beats the 5, yeah? The 5 beats all the other cards in general. So if there's a draw, I had this really complex rule that you have to draw another card, and that made it really...
Was like endless,
that was endless fighting. That was not good. So now basically the attacker wins.
So in this case, I think you moved.
I moved. Yeah, I would have won anyway because I had a higher number. So if you would have played the 3, if I would have played the 3, you would have played the 3, I would have won.
Yeah.
And the same goes with the 5 and the 2 and the 1. So if that's a draw, these 4, the attacker wins.
But not with the 4.
Exactly. The special ability of the 4, he's the wise one. So he's very good in deflecting an attack. But he's not good in attacking himself.
Jedi mind tricks. He says,
exactly.
You don't want to fight me.
Exactly. The defender wins with a 4. So if you would have played a 4, I would have been screwed big time. So up to the 3. The 3 is also a special character. Usually if you win a fight, whatever cards you play, like you win a fight with a 5, let's say. You have to go down. I can push you now, rather than the loser choosing. So I am pushing you to the tower that gives you the least points. There's one of your stones there and a crystal, so I'm actually not going to push you on the lower tower, I'm going to push you there.
Right, so now you can actually push the opponent away to any tower you choose. Can you push them upwards?
Well, pushing upwards is always a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
So you can only do that if it's obligatory. Let's say we're fighting here, it's very unlikely. Now I would have to push you up. Well, I'm not going to do it now.
I have to choose a tower of equal height
or lower. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I'm kicking you there. This is a not so good move for me because I'm pushing him there, but he's not moving down, so I'm not getting his crystals.
Right, because normally it's the same rule applies. If I move to a tower of a different height, I leave behind crystals, you're standing there, you receive them.
So if I push you off, you still have to leave the crystals.
Yeah. So you can push me here, but the crystal I leave behind is also replaced by the one
Exactly,
that's there.
so it's good for you, it's not so good, that's okay for me, but I have a lot of crystals, I'm not worried about the crystals.
But this one I get more points at the end of the round because my tile is there.
However, if I win with a 3, back to the abilities of the cards, if I win with a 3, he's a big fat bully, right? So what a bully does is he steals from you.
Oh,
yeah. So
I like that card.
I'm winning with a 3 right now, and I'm gonna steal your sunlight.
If you've won.
If I won, obviously I won.
So much ego. No, just kidding.
Messing with it. So I'm gonna steal 2 sun crystals, and now I'm gonna push you off. But now you have nothing to lose, so I'm still gonna push you off there.
Makes sense.
But now I get the crystals because I played the 3. The 3 steals 2 sun crystals if you win. If you lose, nothing happens. So
one of the things, just to ask for feedback in the comments, is we're wondering if people would rather have those abilities depicted on the cards or keep the cards very clean and have those abilities depicted on a cheat sheet nearby. So if you have opinions about that, let us know. We're really curious what you think is better.
Yeah, so now we're playing with the ones without abilities, but I'm getting questions about, what are the abilities again?
But obviously this is just a prototype. Yeah. We handcraft all of our prototypes, so there's a lot of love in them.
Hand paints these ones.
Yeah, those are all hand painted.
That's his work.
I did nothing. Champion designer right here. Tell us about the 2.
Yeah, the 2, the last one with a special ability.
Yeah.
Obviously the special ability of the 1 is to beat the 5, right? So if you're playing these cards, like just now I played a 4, right?
I played the 3, so...
Say I win another fight with a 5 and I win another fight with a 1 against your 5. Exactly. So now I'm winning all the time, right? But now you have your 3.
I do.
No, you don't have your 3.
My 2 and my 1.
Yeah, your 2 and 1. Oh shit. Okay, so let's say I play these 3. The 4, the 3 and the 5, right?
Yeah.
I'm super vulnerable right now.
Correct.
If you still have your 3, you have your 3.
Oh, I have my 3.
Yep. You can play that. I have no defense against you.
Correct. I'm gonna win.
And you're gonna steal my stones, my crystals, the precious ones. I don't want that. So before this happens, usually, you can see what happens. You want all your cards back to be able to defend yourself.
Have more choice.
And the only way to get your cards back is play a 2. You don't have to win. If you lose with a 2, you still get your cards back. Because this character is so friendly. He'll say, come on guys, I have to get back in the team.
Fight. Are we gonna fight?
No, you would have, man, I would have lost. So
I was hoping for that. But the thing about the 2 is that you also get the 2 back.
Exactly. So you get all your cards back. That's the fighting, that's moving, that's the turns. At the end of the round, the sun will shine on the tower, you will get the sunlight. So what about the game ends, right?
Yep.
The game ends after all these sun crystals have gone to the towers. Because if no one's standing there, I'll just land on the tower. Stay there.
And there's another way to bring that to a close quickly, right?
Exactly. Because sometimes you would want to end the game faster than these 12 rounds. For instance, if you're winning. Or, maybe if you're winning. So what you can do...
Or if you're losing really badly and you just want to restart.
Well, actually winning gives you a bonus. I'm going to explain right now. So this tower is 5 now, so I'm putting 3 on top. Now it's 8, right? So let's say Dylan's red again, chameleon guy. He stands on a tower of 8. If you manage to stay there until the end of the round...
Until the end of the round.
Until the end of the round.
So that's a new rules update too.
Exactly. Because I can... I'm still green. I could fight you in the same round. If I win, I'm gonna be on that tower.
Ooh, that's a little more epic.
It's the excitement of the last round can go up so high as you hear like people like either go totally silent or totally screaming out loud. So, you're standing on a tower of 8. Let's say I already played my turn, too bad for me, you're standing there, end of the round. Now you also end the game. Usually this happens after, 6, 7, 8 rounds maybe. All these crystals will be gone. There will be still some left, some rounds to play.
4 or 5 or something.
Exactly. If you end on a tower of 8 before all the rounds are played, you get all the crystals
all the
left
sunlight
in the
shines
day.
on my tower.
Exactly, because it's the highest tower. You get all the remaining sunlight.
Cool. That's awesome. I like.
And that could win the game.
Yeah.
Standing on a high tower with some of your stones on it and getting all the crystals at the end of the game, which is usually very narrow, that would probably give you the win.
Cool. I think that's all the rules updates, right?
Actually, no.
There's more?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us.
And I'm really excited about this rule because it really increases the rubber balancing. It's actually a bit of a mean rule.
It's a mean rule?
It's a mean rule.
Okay.
And it's called the charity rule.
It's a mean charity rule.
It's a bit contradictory, but it feels contradictory as well.
Okay.
So if you're the leading player, right? I'm ahead way, of course. So I'm the leading player in points. I have more points than Dylan. That means that I have to show my grandeur as the leading player and show my superiority, obviously, by giving him a gift. You have to give all your opponents a gift out of your goodwill, and to show that every good leader thinks about the people who are doing less well than he does. So
show us how it works.
Every turn I'm the leader, I'm giving you a sunstone, just because I can, and I have too many crystals anyway.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so...
And you're giving my alternative ego a
exactly.
sunstone as well. So you're giving away one of your sun crystals to every opponent.
So in a 4-player game, that's gonna hack in. Yeah.
So you want to be in the lead, maybe like in second place, but you don't want to actually be all the way in the lead. Maybe it's tricky,
if
right?
you're a lead like this,
yeah, less important.
It's okay.
Okay.
But you're not gonna stay in the lead that long because you're losing crystals every round.
It's nice because it's both thematic. It's like you're sharing the sunlight across the clans, but mechanically too, it fits the rest of the game. It adds more rubber banding.
Yeah.
So.
And I really like the emotional frustration of the leader because you don't want to give the crystals away. You worked hard to get them, but you also want, and because you don't want to give them away, you want your opponents to feel the shame of having less points than you. So you're like, because you're not doing so well, I'm gonna give you this one.
Oh.
So that emotionally that hacks in every time.
It's like a handicap, right?
And it's a bit of a handicap, yeah. So what happened the last time I played a 4-player game? This was the sorry, I'll do it here.
So what happens in a tie then?
It ended right there in the second last round. So the round before the last one. That was a tie leading players.
Yeah, and so what did they do? What happened?
Well, obviously the last round was the decisive round. Actually, the number 2 player gained up on one of these with like something like this, and this guy was there.
1 point behind.
Maybe you can't see. 1 point behind, and then this guy overtook the both of them because he ended up on the highest tower.
Have you finessed a rule for the charity if they're tied like this?
Yeah, exactly.
What happens then?
Yeah, so it depends a bit on how many players there are in the game. If there are 4 players and 2 are ahead, they each have to give 1 stone to one of the other 2 players.
Okay.
So if there's 3 players like now, the 2 leading players have to give each 1 stone to the losing player.
Oh wow. So it just directs the rubber banding where it needs to go.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Well, cool.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Awesome. Love the rules update. And as I said, if anyone has any questions or suggestions, leave a note in the comments. We have a basic website up, towersofthesun.nl, to represent where Stefan's from.
Exactly.
So you can go there, sign up for the newsletter.
Or like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr.
We're going to set up a Tumblr with some just raw art, basically. So if you just want to follow the art of Towers of the Sun, check out the Tumblr.
Yeah.
But if you want to stay up to the date on what we're doing with the game, then follow everything.
Yeah.
And if anybody out there wants to play test and be a part of that, please get in touch with us at build@towersofthesun.nl. We're looking at ways of doing remote play testing with the fans. And look out for us 2018 Kickstarter, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm really looking forward to the feedback because so far I've been loving playing it and I've been playing it days after day after day. So I'm really curious about what other people think and how to improve because maybe there's still some stuff that needs to get better. I'm still working on it. Oh, and one more thing. I'm really interested if you want to have a 5 or 6 player version, because I've been thinking about it, and a lot of player groups have they play a lot of games with 5 or 6 players.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, yeah, now it's only 4. Maybe if you want to have 5 or 6 player, we can think about how to make it work.
Definitely. How many people out there would only back it or buy it if it was 5 or 6? How limiting is that for you?
Exactly.
It's really great data for us. So help us make this an amazing game.
All right. Thanks for listening.
We'll catch you next time. Dylan from Quality Beast.
Stefan from Quality Beast.
Woohoo! We out.